Good day, guys. Right here. Hope you're well. Just literally setting up for the stream now, guys. So a few quick ones. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you for joining the channel. It's very much appreciated. All your time and your likes. Genuinely, thank you very much. Always nice to see us. We're clearing the 1,000 now, which is good. Moving on up. And I have been building a little bit today, and we've been, what we've been doing, Western. Basically getting the surround bit done to Big Thunder. And also I've been doing some work to the crazy mouse in the city street area. So, once it loads, I thought it would have loaded by now. Hey Dan, you doing alright, dude? So once it loads, I'll show you all around. We are currently at about 110,000 pieces, so not good. We will see. I think we'll top out about 120 by the end, and then it will be done. So yeah, we've done some nice bits to the western area, coming along now. I started work on the berm where the train goes around the outside, around the edge of the island. So that should be all looking good by the time this loads up. And I've been working on the funky coloured room in the city street area. So yeah, no worries, dude, not a problem. Cheers for joining, it's appreciated. Bang that like, it's appreciated, mate. So yeah, we should be there any second, so my apologies for this. Here we go, the wheels stopped, so it should be loading up now. Hopefully the levels are alright and everything, you can hear me okay. I've noticed the issue is, for some reason, when I have dinner and then I turn my screens off, I come back and then I go to stream, but it doesn't bring the audio through to OBS for some reason, so I have to turn the computer off, turn it back on. It's really strange. So I can only imagine it's like an audio output issue or something. But we are literally just parts about to load up, guys. First wheel, when it locks up, it's loading. So my apologies for the delay, but we're making some progress today. Coming along, and it really is starting to look. I was looking around it last night after what we did on the Dueling Dragons ride, and it's just, the scene is just set now. It's really just finishing it off. I was looking at it earlier and I thought, you know what? I thought if I spend 3-4 hard days, 10 hours a day doing this, potentially I could get the part done by next weekend. You know. I just seem to do a lot more off stream than I do on stream. Maybe that's because I show you guys about explaining things, I'm not too sure. But it doesn't look like much is done from here. But let's have a look. So we're just going to edge over to the back of the park. And basically, I put a couple of, well, I put one extra, or did I do two? No, I did 2 extra rides. So yeah, Iron Horse 3, Iron Horse, yeah. No, 1. But what I did, basically just put it off into a house, well, into a depot, so train depot kind of thing. I'm just trying to figure out what I actually want to put inside there. So it's not lit up yet, but it does look fairly decent. And I've taken the rock work round. I haven't finished off around here yet, still got to do here, so might do that tonight, get that done, and then that's kind of halfway around here done. And then I thought I'll put a bridge in. So I kind of did a little western-esque suspension bridge, but it kind of does the job. Looks half decent, train looks good going through it, and once we get some rocks around there and some foliage, that will really start to come in, because then what I can do is just merge the different scenery together. So my thoughts was trying to do the whole eye distraction, keep your eye on something here whilst you're not looking at where you're going kind of thing, you know. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I've done today in there. And then as we come over to the city area, I was tidying up some of the dome in there, but I'm just not happy with it, so I lost interest in that. But what we have done, and it really does need to be at night time. So kind of going for this like abstract, colourful look, which kind of works as you're spinning around. I haven't done the green bit yet, so bear with me. The reason why I haven't done it is because it's stressing me out what I've got to do with it. And then what I've done, which is quite cool, ignore the yellow at the top because we're going to have, I don't know, I might do blue all the way out to the top. I'm not sure yet. But basically, whichever kind of colour you're in the room, the walls are all the same colour as that room, if you know what I mean. So you can imagine if this has got a roof, ceiling on it, it's not going to show the green. And then as you come around to the red, the other side of the pillars are red. And then same in the yellow. Now, I know you're probably sitting there thinking, oh God, what is this? It does look a bit like that, but it looks pretty cool from off-ride. And the whole point to it being like it is, I wanted to make it colourful. But then also, I didn't want to make it a room by room by room. So I thought, how can I really do this? And I thought it works really well having each area lit up and coloured the same. And you're kind of getting all the different colours come through as they go around. You get a bit of green, a bit of blue, a bit of yellow, a bit of red, and the pink and purple at the top. So, kind of works. It looks good from, you know, off-ride. See it going through in the blue, then it pops through in the red. So yeah, kind of works. So we'll do a little POV. Please do bear in mind that it is a work in progress, so there is still quite a bit more to do. We'll just start off on 2. And this area here is going to be a backstage area, so you're going to have cameras, all the electric boxes, you know, studio equipment basically. And we'll have light harnesses just hanging up here without the lights on. You know? This is kind of the vibe you get. You're in the yellow room, which is quite cool. You see a bit of the blue, you're into the purple. It's just my little bit of craziness in the park, if you know what I mean. Everything else is extremely realistic, and I thought, well, let's just do something crazy. There's always something in someone's park where it's high glow, so I thought, why not? So it kind of works. It's not going on the street. It just kind of works, you know. It's cool that you can kind of separate the colours the best you can. I guess people don't like it as they've gone away now. But I quite like it. I think it's working well. Don't know, you have to let me know your thoughts. I know the diner looks wicked. So yeah, there you go, guys. Don't know if you noticed as we were coming down the dome, I have put some doors in there. But what I'm trying to avoid with this is having any light bleed. So like I've got a little bit of light bleed there, so I'll go have a look into that. I'll go pop these little bits back through. I actually quite like this pink light down here. It actually works quite well down that alleyway, plus it lights up the bottom one, which works really well. So I think I'm going to keep that the way that is. But I'm just trying to avoid having any light bleed, but at the same time having a funky, colourful thing, and you see the cars going through in the different colours. I just think it's a cool look, if you know what I mean. No worries, Dan. Catch you later, dude. But yeah, you know, your thoughts and all. But I think it works. Got some depth in there now. Got the police station done, did that last week. That kind of worked quite well. I've taken off the centre beams here, yet to finish that off. I've still got to figure that one out. But I'm kind of liking how this is starting to look now as you kind of come around the lake. It's pretty much fully immersive up to this point. And then we just got to finish this area off here. So I think what we'll do in tonight's stream, guys, is we'll get this area around the back here done. Get this bit done. And we'll blend it a little bit more. And then we'll get this done as well. I think that's what we'll do this stream, guys. So, yeah. Hope you enjoy. What on earth is going on here? What? Oh. Oh. User error. For the life of me, I could not figure out what was going on with that. Okay, we'll come back to that. Okay. Right. Gotta be an easier way of doing this, guys. I do, I can get away with that. So I'm not actually going to bother putting 3 pieces there because I don't think you see that at all now. So that'll do, donkey. That'll do. Not too bad. Right. Okay. So I want to get that ladder free. So that's that sorted. So how have we done this? What have I been doing? Still needs moving. Oh my! Really? Sheesh. Okay. That's annoying. Stuff it, that'll have to do. Hey Jeff, how are you doing? You good? Give you a little update. We have all this and a bridge. So today's building, prior to the stream, put a little train depot in. I'm unsure whether just to have the doors closed, because the in-game train is twice the size of this. That's the reason why the height of the doors are so high. I had put it in, but it just looks so oversized. It's just too big, you know. So I may lower that door down a bit and just change that up. And done quite a bit of work to the city area now. So the roof is all on. That's all done. So that's all trimmed up nicely now. Stuck a little bit more of the city vibe up the back here. A little extension on the end here. Just as it comes around, you see it. But we've done a load of work in here, buddy. So yeah, it's a bit crazy. It's a cool little vibe. So you got yellow room, blue room, red room, pink room, green room, and purple room. Basically, as you go round, it's kind of like this abstract color mess, basically, but it's quite cool. When you go into each room, it does feel like you're in a red room, blue room, yellow room, green room. So that's kind of the objective. But at the same time, yet now you can see it through the glass, where previously we couldn't. But the cool thing about this is like I was saying, you're seeing them go through each coloured room. So I thought it'd be quite cool, because this one comes in now, and then you'll get one come down the green into the blue in a second, and through the red again. So I think it's quite cool. I don't know. There you go. And into the red. So yeah, a little bit. It's not too bad. I'll do a quick POV for you. It's not, you know, it's not anything major. Hopefully the stream will hold out for you. Hey Nexus, how you doing, dude? You good? What you been up to? Any building recently? Legoland, nice one, mate. Did you have a good day? See, that's pretty much where we are. I didn't do any more to do this, I don't think. Where is it? So this is still the same. Would anyone like a quick POV to get an idea of what it's like, as it's 98% done? I'll do it anyway for you guys. This is why I don't get any building done. Too proud of me stuff. But that awning's come out alright now. That looks quite good. That monstrosity there kind of works. Kind of fits in with everything else. Once I get some more beams up and stuff. So yeah, this is 99% done. So I hope you enjoy, guys. I'll look around just to give you a better perspective of it. But yeah, this is pretty much done now, nearly, I think. Do you guys think it's worth putting a couple of very minute flashy lights in there just to give it that extra touch when the lightning goes off? What do you think? I'm not quite sure what's going on with the noise here. I think it's the water intermittently kicking in. Couldn't have asked for a better POV there. Coaster and train at the same time. Awesome. And I do need to change the treasure up in here. I need to lay it out a lot better. It's just too clumped together. And then you just have this little bit back in where the pirates are just back at the castle, really. There you go, guys. So what do you think? Honest thoughts, please. really does have that Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean vibe though, doesn't it? That queue line, I mean, I love the way the boats come in and out. I think it's just great. And yeah, got to do all this, still waiting prep on that one. Cheers, Jeff. Yeah, I know it sounds silly, but it's like just putting these two bins, one here and one there, just adds so much to the look. They're going to go, where are they going? Restaurant or toilet? Restaurant or toilet? What do we rec, guys? We're going restaurant, we got to exit. We got to exit. So, you know, it's getting there. I still haven't done anything to the coaster. That's still as is. So, the reason why I'm struggling with this just a tad is just these vertical fascias. I don't know whether just put a few rocks and palm trees, you know, just dotted along, just to give it a little bit more texture. That's the bit I'm struggling with. Once I get that bit done, it will just then, within a couple of hours, this will all be done. I was actually sitting here earlier, there's really not a huge amount left to do. So I've got to do the trigger work on the Astro Blasters. I've got to finish off the queue line on the Cycola. Maybe touch up Space Mountain. So that's a day's job if I get myself up the backside. Got to finish off the ruins to this, which then will lead to rocks and foliage. So as you saw yesterday, we made a good start on that with this area, so that was all good. I've got to figure out how and what I can use to do the gems through the caves. That's the only thing holding this back from being done. I know it sounds silly, but all this is such an intricate cave work, and it's such thin layers between each coaster track. I can't just randomly put any rocks. I've got to really work out where I put everything. So if I'm going to theme it, I want to make sure I've got the theme in the head right before I start putting those rocks in. Just saves a pain trying to remove everything. We do now have music in here. I just went for a chilled gondola song, and I put Princess Peach and King Coaster in as a meet and greet. So I thought that was quite cool. It's much better at night time in here. Yeah, so you got Princess Peach and King Coaster. Meet and greet. Character dinner. There you go. So I just put chilled music in here. I didn't want to put anything crazy, and I think it works. It's quite a nice tune, actually. And if you haven't seen it, ha ha! Ha ha! There are a load of them in the park, boys. A load of them. But I thought that music works quite well for that. And it does it as you come up to the entrance, which is nice. And I know no one's ever going to go in here, probably. But at least it's here. It's a shame it didn't become a ride. Lo and behold, I actually could have probably done it in the end if I hadn't have put the pirate coaster in. There was one thing I realised after I put all the rides in and said, that's it, it's all done. Even though I had that little coaster in there, I had nothing thrill factor wise over here. It was literally like all the thrilly stuff's over this side. So I thought, well, I've got to put something in. So now we got coaster in kind of every corner. We got one, two, three, four coasters there. One here, one here, and one here, and one here. So yeah, evenly spread out there. Because all it was kind of water rides up to Thunder. So I thought it desperately needed that. So yeah. So what else have I got to do? Yeah, so there's not a huge amount left, and that's kind of why, to be honest with you, I cracked on with this berm today, because I was kind of like, if I can get this done, the only thing that needs doing then, I've done a lot of work on the struts actually as well today, just around here, just higgledy-piggledy, put them together, make them look a little bit kind of, you know, odd. Tidied some up around here, and then I thought to myself, do you know what, I just need to get this berm done. If I can get this berm done, all I've then got to do on this is this top section here, which is just doing my nutting. and basically cave work. And then once we get the cave work done, I can then mound this up. I just don't want to mound it up too much because I've got too many caves going through here. So yeah, this is going to stay as it is. This is not going to change. This is how it's going to look. Full stop. Reason being, if I terrain it up, I lose all the clouds, I lose all the effects that we have built in there, and I really don't want to spend about 2,000 pieces putting a grey shell over the top. So what I've tried to do throughout the park, you don't see it. So even if you're up at this height, you're not really seeing it. Once we get some trees up there, they'll be completely hidden then. And that's kind of where most people have a look around, don't they? You know, not many people go, right, yeah, that coaster's great. You go in and you have a look around. So if it's at sightline level, that's not too bad. I'm really not sure what to do with this, because again, I've got this steep hill here, but the way the light comes in, I've kind of designed everything to this particular time as well, the 10:48, 10:49. So everything needs to come through at that angle. So yeah, again, need to just put some trees up. I think that will kind of get rid of it, and I'll just put in the description the reason why they're open, etc. Yeah, it's getting there, guys. I do like the way this goes in and out of everything. I think this is just great. And the fact that there's a zero clipping. I kind of like how that's coming together now. It's yeah, making sense, which is good. So yeah, so where were we? We were over the back here. What do you inside little toilets then? I think that's a neat little block. Just does the job. Toilets, simples. What I did do over here, which looked quite good, was did the watering tower with the thing. So I may just do that again here. Kind of makes sense. Okay, we'll just go with that. look like a deep one or a big one. Sorry guys, mosquitoes everywhere at the minute. Sorry guys, just reminds me of being in Disney. Just as you walk around to space, melting and big thunder. Dun, dun, dun. Bow, bow, bow. Sorry guys, that's what I do when I build, sing along to Planko. We'll probably all do it our own little heads. We'll get there one day. Just reminds me of there's blood on the saddle, blood on the ground. Country Bear Jamboree, can't beat it. Might as well join it. Sorry guys, I'm going to shut up. It's probably putting you all off. Sorry, I really am going to shut up now. I've never seen these signs before. I've seen that one. I've used that one. Blimey. Huh. Never seen them before. See something new every day. I really don't know what to do for a sign, guys. Go for something like that. Put that over the top just to give it something else. Hey Jeff, welcome back, dude. Yeah, there we go. Simple, but it works. I'll figure something else out for it. That's not how I'm going to leave it. Can't leave it like that. I mean, what did I do to this one? Yeah, I used all sorts. I just don't want to be the same, you know? Mix them up a little bit, make them a little bit different. Plus, that's quite a cool view. You don't want to have too much going on there as you walk up to it. You know what I mean? So we do need an enter. Hey, now we got the railway to do. Yeesh. Actually, do you know what? It's something different. Because it's the train. I think that's too thick. Was it limestone? I think they do limestone columns. No. Doesn't make a difference, does it? What is that actually? Rough brick. Let's have a look at that. I think these are two. Maybe they're not actually. We can get away with them. See if there's any thinner ones. Nope, that is the thinnest. That's what she said. But I'm unsure if. Alright, so that'll be that one. That'll be that one. That'll be that one. Okay, so what we can do with this is this. Copy that across. And then we have a different look. In some respects, you'd say a better look. I did put that there to go somewhere, but I'll figure out where later. Right, okay, so that's that. Let's just move this over a little bit. They actually look, they look better. They actually look a lot better just behind. Reason being, just gives another shadow. Another detail when you're looking down the path, guys. Plus, it gives another detail this side as well. So, yeah, you benefit both ways. So these ones are probably better off coming in, because then they give the shadow again. Ah, it's amazing what you discover. What you spend your life changing. Adding so much with just what's there. Awesome. Just how we like to do it. And it does, it just adds another detail. Just the height of some of them. Cool. Happy with that. These ones I've gone with the wood on the curb. I personally think behind the wall looks better. I think I'm going to go with that. Oh, how annoying is this? Teach me for not building on at linking it all together. What I actually should do is, as I go around, link it all together. Just in case one decides to change his mind in about a month's time. I think the bottom ones can stay in there because they're alright. And these ones, because they're high up on the wall, I think I'm going to leave them in the wall. So yeah. Look at that. Just adds so much more detail, and just looking at it makes it look different. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Funny way to find out is fiddling around with things. Right. So that is what? What do we reckon that is? 1 meter? Do we reckon that's 1 meter? What on? Stuff it, our arm's gonna just be melted into the wall, that's fine. Not sure about these because the colour. I mean, unless I go grey, which is black. I think that works. They have a bit of wood coming out the top. Very loud. Lots going on. So how are we all on this wonderful Monday evening? Anybody got the Monday blues? Or are we all good? I'm probably only going to go for about another hour, guys. Reason being is I've got my interview tomorrow. So kind of want to be fresh and ready. You know what I mean? Get an early night. Bam Bam. Bam Bam. How you doing, buddy? You good? Cheers, bud. Thank you, man. We'll see how it goes. Should be alright. We'll be good. Why is this so dark? The only downside, guys, is for me getting a job, less streaming. I won't see so much of me. You won't have to hear me drone on every day at the same bits in the same park for the last year. I'll still try and get an hour or so in a night, and whether that be this or the sim racing or whatever. Nah, that's really not going to look right. Tell you what we will do on this one, actually. We'll put a little... Can we put a roof over the top? I think we can. I think. What's it going on here? Ugh, give up. You, Mr. Computer, appreciated. I'm just wondering, I think that kind of works, doesn't it? Center that up. Spin that around. Get the hell out of Dodge. Pull this over. They are looking good. Yes, very good. I bet you're kind of wondering why I didn't do that here. Well, what I didn't want to do was block the view, because that's going to be a pretty cool view when it's done. All around here, all rocked up. It'll look pretty good. So Railroad Phantasialand, isn't it? Oh, crikey, where are you, Bam? Because COVID's kind of fallen off the face of the earth in the UK, mate, from what I've seen. Or is this a little bit smaller? Maybe that's better to have. Ooh, look at that. We've got fancy wheels. We'll go with those instead, guys. Sorry. I forget about these things. Get excited by them. That's only if it lines up. Is it going to line up? Right. Okay. There and there. I don't know, actually, that looks a bit... It doesn't really give what I want. It's the wrong vibe. That's better. I prefer that. Two little... What? These just popping out, holding it up. Things you notice, guys. Things you do. Where are we? That one. Thank you. Thank you. Perfect. Where are we? There. Wow, amazing! I didn't know that. I mean, COVID over here, literally. I mean, nothing's mentioned on the news. Nothing's mentioned in everyday life anymore. It's as far as I'm aware, it's like a swear word over here now. Really strange. I mean, I've had it. How many times have I had it? Three, suspect four, and I mean, not me for 6. So, what am I doing here? This looks terrible. Yeah, I'd love to go on one, to be perfectly honest. I really would. Genuinely. I'd love to go on one. I could, but I can't. I can't. I can't. Can't do it. Got to be sensible at the moment. After I was very unsensible getting this graphics card. Anyway. Right, where are we? Wow, man. Congrats on the little one coming. Yeah, I found, I mean, over here, I mean, obviously different strains, whatever, I don't know, but I found that how many times? I'm sure it was like the 3rd time, which was the second, yeah, first time knocked me for 6 and killed me. No, I'm right-handed. Right-handed, but welcome to the channel anyway. Thank you. Strange question to have, but I get it. No, I'm right-handed. And to be honest with you, it's like this. I don't think about this. I just look at my surroundings, what I've got, what I'm going for, the theme I've kind of got going, the struts everywhere, and I just kind of manipulate something into looking vaguely something like it's you're going to, and that's kind of what we constructed here. Hey there, how are you? Inzan. Inzan? Welcome. I'm tempted to build a backyard roller coaster. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice. Crawl out of bed, jump out the window. Whee! And away you go. Right, we need to put a simple sign up now. Was it railway to Fantasyland? Oh, okay. Oh, I can imagine, man. Oh, thank you. It's that was my best park. No, I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed making that park, and I am so overwhelmed by how many people have enjoyed it. And to be fair, it was lovely because what it did was it kind of brought Johnny back a bit, if you know what I mean, in the way that he's a little bit happier and chirpier and so forth, which was really nice to hear and see. So you're welcome, guys. And to have brought so many fun to everybody, really. I cannot believe it's been watched 300 over 300,000 times. I can't remember what the count is now, but it was, yeah. I appreciate everyone of you, literally. I think that needs to go back. It does. There we go. I had a little look-see. I think I'm his 12th most popular video of all time, and still climbing, which is it's beyond my wildest dreams. When I first opened up this game 6 years ago, do you think of one, being able to build anything like that, but two, have someone have such an amazing time going around it, and for, I mean, the number's ridiculous. 300,000 people, or 300,000 views, should I say, not people, because I've watched it probably, well, yeah, I've had a flick at it a few times. I'm sure a lot of other people have, but it's just insane. You know, there was a time when I was, I think it was about 2 months ago, when I was a bit bored. I'd check it every hour or every 2 hours, and it would have gone up 2, 3, 4, 500 views, and you sit there and go, who, how, what, and where? I mean, I only shared it on my normal social media, and it doesn't get me 300,000 views. So to be honest with you, it's probably more the fact that it was Johnny coming back to life. It was the Johnny of the past that we all enjoyed. And at the same time, nice park, you know, I did my bit. Oh, cheers, Bam. No, I mean, I'm just me. I'm just your average English guy. Tough time last few years, but out of that now. This game has given me the rehabilitation to be able to be a better person, a lot stable, and so forth. So, plus, this has been able to put a load of energy that I've got built up into something. So, labour of love, literally. But I ain't going to go on. Here I am rabbiting on, and we don't like all that. So where were we? So these entrances are now, I'm happy with that. I think that's come out all right. It kind of makes this one look a little lackluster. So I'm going to have to, but mind you, we got no cacti or anything up yet around the edge, no bushes or anything. So I haven't done that yet because I haven't really figured out how I'm going to do everything. Plus, I really want to relay this path because that's terrible. That's you know, that's basic builder entry level stuff. In fact, let's do that. Let's try and do that now. Right, path. Delete, 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 delete. Right. I want to keep that one. Okay. Right. Smooth. 100%. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. Make sure I haven't got anything on. Why is it doing that? Thank you. What do we need? Barrier, curb on ground path, and a railing. What? Railing. One. This is still going to be shocking, isn't it? How is that so bad? There you go, guys. 6 years of Planko, that is. Shocking. Look at that. That's something like out of Part B. Oh, I shouldn't say that. That's bad. I need to sort that out. I'll sort that out another day. That's embarrassing. That's made me giggle. How bad is that? That is something like out of Part Beyond though, isn't it, really? But with a coaster. Anyway. Nah, guys, I'm just me. Sometimes you get bored of me, sometimes you don't. Sometimes I'm entertaining, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm very quiet and I just build. Sometimes I laugh, sometimes I joke. Sometimes I like to please. So, at the end of the day, the reason why I do the streams is one, to showcase my work, but also, which not many people have done recently, the reason why I ask, how does this look, how does that sit with you, how does it feel, etc., because it's a bit like pre-showing a film at cinema. You know, you need to understand that it's all right, and if people say, yep, that's perfect, fine, move on, don't need to think about that, then that's done. You know, and when I'm always zooming in and out and doing POVs, etc., I know I do 100. I did about 50 POVs on that last night, but I tried to do that only that section. But what you got to remember is when you come around here, you're seeing all this as well. When you're coming over the top here, potentially you're seeing some of this as well. So I'm looking at all that as I'm going around, just making sure everything's in the right position and so forth. Yeah, this. I mean, it has its quirks. You know, I've been playing for 5-6 years now, and I know all the quirks, so the game looks easy to me. I'm not saying it's a pain in the backside. It's just the way you figure things out. When I started building 5 years ago, I was literally building on grid, so I didn't even know that you could do this, for instance. So if I just grab building, just grab any piece. So you got your grid. I didn't even know you had the flexibility of being able to overlap your pieces. I thought you could only literally build in 4-meter spaces. So after about 6 months, I figured that out, and then you start to see the progression in my park builds over the years. So when you have a look at, for instance, the snow globe, when that originally came, that was a slightly different situation because it was a round thing. But if you have a look at a little project called what's its face? Project Pier. I basically built a pier with a little coaster on it and a few flat rides. That was built very much on grid. Pyrolandia, that again, all the stations are built to a specific grid size. I haven't, you know, messed about with it or anything. And I didn't know you could split pieces, so instead of having it all on grid, I could have that a grid, that a grid, that a grid, that a grid. So all separate buildings. So again, you learn these things as you play the game. I tend to find the advanced tool, like I always press X and move everything around like this, because it's just that little bit easier. But then when you're planting rocks, for instance, we'll just exit a sec because I need to turn off align to surface. So if I turn off align to surface and then press M, I can then move that around. Now what that's doing is that's going to the surface of where I'm putting the mouse. But if I raise or lower it, so if I lower it now, it fixes the height. So then the cool thing about that is I can then just rotate it, get the right bit of rock that I want. I can do it on a fixed axis or a singular axis. So you know, there are things that I use second nature, should I say. You know, and there's tricks that you pick up along the way. I've picked up so many tricks that are in this park. It's unbelievable. It's probably the trick book park, to be honest, to Planet Coaster. But there are things that we've learned from this park as well. The fact that if you put water underground and cover it up with terrain, you get zero reflection. Zero. And you also lose all your smoke. So all this mist that I have here, if I actually cover this up with terrain, all that disappears, because the algorithms that all that's set up with is through the sun and the moon. So the sunlight and the moonlight, if it's not hitting it, it's not going to show. So that's why I've got to leave this like this, because I want the reflections of the lightning strikes along the water that I've got in here, where if I cover that off, you'll see they reflect in the water quite nicely. But if I cover that off, you lose that reflection completely. And I lose all this cloud cover that I've put in as well. So it's a pain. And there are things that I want changed for Planet Coaster 2, guys. But no, I hope you enjoy it. It's a good game. You do need a hefty PC to be able to do something like this and beyond. I haven't got the biggest and best PC, but I've got some good bits on it. If you start out like I did on an old AM3 setup, you'll be able to build to about 45,000 pieces. And that was with a fairly high-end AM3 setup. But obviously they were like 30 quid for a chip because they're old. Where if you have an entry-level AM4 with mid-range graphics cards, say something like a 1070, something like I had, you'll be able to build to about 65, 67,000 pieces. Subject to what pieces you use. If you use ThemeMaker Toolkit, that will take up a load of processing power. And then you start jumping up and jumping up and jumping up as you upgrade your CPU and your GPU. But one thing I found that made a huge difference was RAM. Get as much RAM as your board will take. And as fast as you can make it. Because that makes a huge difference to everything. It really does. I was so surprised when I tuned mine and got mine running. Here I am rabbiting on again, guys. There's 6 of you watching and I'm not building. So yeah, so today I built this kind of fake wooden roped suspension bridge, which looks quite good when the train comes across it. So I think if we put some rocks around here to start this kind of get going a bit, as we've pretty much done over here now. So what I set out to do at the beginning... Oh no, I haven't done all this. Okay, I'll come back to that. But yeah, we'll start putting some rocks around here, start bringing this into the scene. There was one other thing I did, guys, earlier today, and that was finally finished off this berm that I keep talking about. So this was all just bare terrain. So I've put all these little rocks in, just put some weeds, foliage in. Same down the bottom here, just underneath the lift hill. And as it comes around the corner here as well. So that's now all... This ride, tick the box, everything's done bar music. That's the only thing I've got to do for it. Any tips for covering up the path? What do you use to cover yours? Good question, Bam. This is basically just a firehouse roof. Now, the reason why I use the firehouse roof is one, because the texture looks half decent. I was kind of going for the Disney look, if you know what I mean. But also, how can I put it? It's not too shiny either. It's kind of a good all-rounder. And I've actually got to move these slightly. Let's flicker in. If I don't do it, someone will comment. Me. So yeah, I just use a firehouse roof. I was going to use concrete, but you find the light reflects off it a bit too much, if you know what I mean. And it's just a bit too shiny. Where this kind of gives you the best of both worlds. day and night. But no, I what's that actually covering up? Oh, that little bit there. Yeah. Sorry about this, guys. It'll sort itself out in a minute, or I'll sort it out. If I don't do this, it needs doing anyway. So yeah, where was I? Other stuff covering up paths. It's dependent on the theme really, and what I'm going for. This actually is the first park that I've properly done it in. I've only done it in what was the park I did? Thunderland Amusement Park. That was it. I did the Main Street Plaza area with a theme maker toolkit piece, and it looked awesome. But that was the only bit I've done before this park. Now, the reason why I've done it the way I've done it in this park, okay, is let me just delete this. That's the path. So, with the way that the path works and looks, the park would look crap. Literally, pardon my language. But yeah, literally, it would not look good at all. Saves me a load of pieces, makes the game run a bit smoother, literally. But that's not the look I want to go for. And the problem is when you do a Disney park like this, you need that. You need that there. I've been very clever everywhere else I've done it, because what I've done is I've just used the thickest walk possible, but at the same time with the Adventureland it's just a different design, how I've designed the layouts basically. The other thing is when you try and have ramped paving, it's extremely hard to cover. Now what I've done on this, and which a lot of people will moan about, if you zoom out, okay, with this graphics card it doesn't do it, but oh, it's not doing it. Wow. What was happening was this was flickering because it's only 1 pixel or 2 pixels above the paving, so you were getting that, distance flicker where it downgrades the graphics. It's still not doing it. That's pretty good. So on my 2060 Super, for instance, if I went out past the, where it changes the graphics, as you can see here, the trees are going all blurry, the paving would disappear. Like the trees kind of disappear. But on my new setup, it's not. So what I've tried to do is in the areas use as much normal paving as possible. So for instance, this is all normal paving. And then the same through here. And I thought I'll just use wood. Go through the western areas, the best surface to use, if you know what I mean. Use the tarmac to go through the city centre, and then I use the cobblestone to go through there, and then I've used the sand look to go through there. So again, only need to cover up if you're looking to do a mass area where you need to cover up those. Like I say, if I delete that, what would you do if you didn't cover it up? Would you have a flower bed here, or a flower bed there, and a pot there? I mean, it's just crazy. So you kind of need to have that in this type of park. If you're just going for a big walkway, do it however you please. Kind of like I have around here. So it just works well. And again, it's like this one. If I delete this one, with the way that the paving works, you can't get those round and then have things coming off. It manipulates itself into this crazy beast. So you have to kind of put your base layer down, which was around here, and then just build out from there. Because the issue is you can't put rides on the paving. So what I would have loved to have done was just pave out that whole area, and then just put the barriers underground to stop the people going like you do. But then you end up with it looking like this, which I think is pretty cool. Oh yeah. Sorry guys, just having a drink. Yeah, so where you don't need to cover up, don't bother, I say. But where you then have areas like this where you got a lot of corner pieces, the path is horrid under here. But it just kind of ties it in all together. But then around here, this is just normal path. I've just covered it up just to keep that look, basically. And again, I haven't bothered through here. This is all standard paving down the main street, actually. It's just the edges I've marked off to make it look like a curbway. But as I was saying, sorry, yeah, when you zoom out, you normally lose the things. But the reason why I've done it like that is so that when people are actually walking, you have a look here, their feet are not sinking into the ground. Because what a lot of people do is to stop it flickering, they raise it up, and then basically they're walking in the ground. Now, the only reason why they do that is because when they zoom out, it disappears. It disappears when you have it at the level I have it. But again, setup dependent, guys. All right. But it also enables you to do stuff like this. So I can't remember what the path is under here actually. So I've done 2 paths down and I've put interconnecting pieces. But because of the way that the paths work, this would look terrible if I tried to do it with where the paths are green. So if you just cover it up, you then put your bits in, and then underground, you put your barriers in, and that stops the peeps walking through whatever you've put in the walkway, basically. So yeah, streams are running fine tonight, guys, by the way, just to let you know. I haven't had any dropped frames whatsoever, so I hope the quality is good your end. But yeah, 2 seconds, guys, just gonna have a drink. Sorry, Bam, I missed you. I've got 2 things. Brick. This brick is. I assume you mean. Do you mean this one, or do you mean this stuff? Because if it's this brick, this is in game. This is in building accessories. Oh, I think so. Where is it? It's a really cool brick, actually. Where is it? Brick. Yeah, go to building accessories, I think it is. There it is. So it's just a strip, which is really good because you can lay it on its side like I have done, put one up right, put a couple of barriers through, put one up the other way, put a little topper on it, and you got yourself a whole barrier. Does the job nice. This is actually completely made out of them individually. So they're well over pieced, but they look great. They look absolutely spot on for what I wanted. Right, let's get building some western or desert. Okay, so we lower that down. So I'm just wondering, do we want this to be fairly smooth, I guess, under here, don't we? Be a bit more like cliff-like, I guess. guys. No worries, Bam. You're more than welcome, dude. Always ask, mate. Always ask. If you ever see anything that you think, excuse me, that could work better within the park, just shout out, dude. Seriously. So many people did in Thunderland, and if it weren't for those guys in Thunderland said, "I'll try this, try that. That may look alright, that may not." Phantom and Snowy and everybody. It was really nice to be able to have that to bounce back off, you know. Like I say, every time I do this, guys, this is kind of like a cinema preview for you all, if you know what I mean. It's the work in progress. How it all comes to life, as you can see in this scene right now. It works, doesn't it, guys? It's just layering the rocks, then a bit of weeds, then some colourful couple of cacti. You done? So you've even put just little signals in. I know they're fake signals, and I know the red, amber and green show all the time, and I don't think you can change that. Nope. So it's just signals. It's the only bit of the track that has it. So yeah, now that bridge is starting to make sense. The only thing I need to do is get rid of this. Let's bring one of these in. Need a big one. Where's the big one? Or is that the big one? Let's try this one. Slightly wider reach on the awning of the branches. Might just lean over the rock a little bit better. Which it does. Bring that. And the train goes under. That's fine. Perfect. It's insane how quickly it all starts to come together, you know? That's what always astounds me. Is the mad thing is, it's like I look at Thunderland and I think, okay, Thunderland took me near enough, damn it, 18 months to build. A very, very long time. But that was like 50 minutes here, an hour there, some days, you know, long days. but it wasn't as much as I've put into this in such a quick amount of time. So it's a, you know, and you kind of, you know, dare I say it, you kind of forget that you did it, and you watch it back and you think, did I really make that? Was that me? It's how surreal it feels sometimes, you know? I guess that's just natural, but frustrating at times, though. You know, it's just using these rocks, getting the lines in, building it up, spreading it out at the bottom, just plonk one there in between the beams. Just gives it another look. What we'll do, we'll just put a couple... Oh, I need to build foundations for these, I forgot. So I actually do need them going into a rock. Fine. Okay, so let's quickly do these guys, bear with me. Let's grab some support concrete. Too big, too small. Why are these white? Crying out loud. Why can you... What? What's this? Excuse me. Right, so hold the line a second. So the white ones I can't change. That's too thin. That's too thin. That's a white one. That's too thin. What's that? I thought we had colourable... Oh, it must be in concrete. Perfect. Okay, so what I need to put on these are some form of like anchor points. But that's going to be too big. Oh no, perfect. I know no one will ever look at these guys, but I know it's done. But like I always say, I know it's done, you guys know it's done, and the difference is to the guys that you go walking around the park and never notice it. They never notice it because it's done, if you know what I mean. It's there. So it sits just below the water line. It's not too visible, but it just gives a tiny, tiny bit of realism. Right. Was I rocking? Well, there's a massive disclaimer at the front of this park, and that is, do keep your hands, arms and legs inside the vehicles at all time, no matter what ride you're riding. Yes, everything is a little bit tight, but nothing clips as far as I'm aware. As you saw with the chimney stack going through there, it was literally millimetre perfect. So there's one thing I've tried really, really hard to get right, so that doesn't clip, which is nice. I don't think that's a shadow. There we go. Yeah. It's all good. Looks good. And there we are now with the background in. Looking proper. I thought I'd do a little bit of a cavey bit there, if you know what I mean. Just sink that a little bit more. Oh, it don't matter. Gives it a little bit anyway. Different look. But the nice thing was there was this tool bit here. I haven't actually been able to do this anywhere. I've only just figured out how to do it. When you get that edge, if you diagonally put them in, it looks like it's one big rock, doesn't it? Coming out of the ground. Which is awesome. And that just filtered down to everything else there as you literally saw it. So cool how it just comes together. Right, let's get some weeds in there. Right, I'll leave that bit back there just for the minute. We don't actually need too much back here, so... Sorry, guys. Look at that now with the steamboat. How awesome does that look? See you then, dude. No worries. Yeah, that's pretty much my hour done. There we go. Shows how quick it goes by. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much me done for the evening. I do have to go to bed. I've got an interview at 9:15 in the morning, so I've got to be up early, get ready, etc. So prepare myself, which I have done already today. So, thanks for joining the stream. I hope you enjoyed that little build and a little bit of a knowledge session there, just showing you a few bits and bobs with the floor and so forth. But you can see there just how that bridge didn't really look much at all. Where now it's popping. That whole area is now actually. So yeah, that's pretty much the reason why I wanted to do this, guys, instead of the cave work. The cave work is tough at times, especially when you're streaming. Where this a little bit simpler to do. We've got a little scene down here with a couple of guys just chilling. Train goes through. You got the train depot. Cheers, buddy. Appreciate it, mate. And I think that looks pretty awesome at night time now as well. So there you go. We finally got a backdrop to the back of Thunder Mountain. So this brilliant view just here now has got other stuff in there, guys. So yeah, we're looking good. I don't think that bridge needs any more light. I think that's good enough. I just need to get some... Actually, let's do that whilst we're here. Just... It's done then, isn't it? Come on. Thank you. That'll do. We'll just move this one. Come on. Just because I don't want this lit up. And that sorts that out. So there we go, guys. Great little build session this evening. We actually got a load done for once on a stream. So yeah. So not far to go now, guys. That's pretty much done. This needs finishing. That's done. This needs finishing. That needs touching up. Queue line there. We've got runaway swinging mine train just there, and we got the Dueling Dragons coaster to finish, and we've got the cave work only, and a little bit of more rock work up top here, and just blending this in around the back of here, and get the railway done as well. Last one would be Miss Witchy. Once I figure out how we're doing all this, etc., because we're going to see, you got some scenic views here. As you can see, you got the both coasters come through here at points, so I kind of want to leave that open, but I want to kind of get the coaster theming done first. There we go. But yeah, no, thanks for joining, guys. All new subscribers, welcome to the channel. Thank you very much. Jeff, always a good one. Bam, always. Everybody, thank you very much. Missed you all, Phantom, Snowy, everybody. But yeah, I hope you all have a very pleasant evening, morning, day, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, guys, or sleep. So I'll leave it with a little out view for you, just so that you can get that. But yeah, thank you very much for joining the stream, guys. And if you haven't already, please do hit that like if you enjoyed it, or if you're just liking the park coming to life, please hit that like. It'd be appreciated, guys. But there it is in all its glory for you. We'll be done soon, guys, I promise. Anyway, guys, I'm going to shoot now. Catch you all soon. Love you all. Thanks for joining the stream. Catch you all very soon. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.